Bro. Are you serious right now? Stop crying. Well, for those of you who don't know, this is Mushu. Mushu. Widebody Porsche update. And as you can see, this is not our typical location, nor is this the normal state that this car sits in. Side skirts are off, the rear flares are off, the rear wing is off, the rear bumper is off, and it's all sitting over there. Man, has it been a long time since I last talked to you guys. I haven't posted anything in a minute. Now that doesn't mean I haven't been working and I haven't been filming. I've been doing a ton of stuff and I've been working on so many projects it's actually insane. There's a couple of reasons why I haven't been posting, and one in particular is because third-party company, I guess I would say, to get all my quote-unquote royalty-free music, Epidemic Sound. I have nothing against them. I don't want this to be bad like bashing them. I love their service because I love using their music. However, somehow my account got corrupted, so all the music that I had like copyright issues with all of my videos, and two, I could not download any more music to use for my videos, and I think that would kind of ruin it. Second reason that I haven't been posting is because I've been working on the Cayman ridiculously. In the stage that we're at, we have a ton of body work, and I've said this before, and it's super repetitive. So pretty much the work is done, and I've just been sanding and sanding, body filler sanding, which you guys will see when I bring you up to speed. And number three is because I've been working on a very special project, which I'm excited to announce, which is a podcast called Late Night Motor Club. The Late Night Motor Club. And that is in partner with Alex and Steven. Alex is we made videos with this guy such a long time ago. If you guys are part of the Genesis community, you guys should know this guy. He's had the major come up, has an LC 500 now. Ooh. Wait. RIP. We almost just had the kid die. And this podcast, by the time you're watching this video, is live now. The Late Night Motor Club. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok. We're on all those places. Links will be down below. I'm super excited. We're covering all things automotive and current events, topics in the automotive space, how to get sponsorship, a whole ton of stuff. You guys aren't gonna wanna miss it. It's like nothing else that has been in the automotive community so far. Now, that brings us to the Cayman. What has happened since we last saw you guys? Well, as you can see, like I said, all the shit is off of it now. The last place that we left you guys off, we built the flanges for the side skirts and panel bonded them to the side skirts so that we can mount them seamlessly. That worked out absolutely great. We then did the driver's side because the last time that we talked and saw you guys, we were doing the passenger side and found out that that worked. What's up, bros? We're back for another video. Working on my widebody. I finally mounted these side skirts seamlessly. There's no exposed hardware anywhere that you can see. Our goal is to replicate that on the other side. All right, so the idea here is we're going to make a fiberglass skin of the door jamb that we can bond the side skirt to. Much like this one that I built here, this is a test piece. But the idea is that we take our fiberglass skin over here and we put it in like so. Then we bolt this to the car, then panel bond the side skirt to this. And we can stick a bolt right in here, mounting the side skirt to the car without having any hardware exposed externally. First thing we need to do, cover this entire door jamb with the packing tape. We're gonna basically use as a release agent. It works really, really well, and it's very inexpensive as opposed to like making a mold, getting PVA and doing all that stuff. I've got this all taped up now, and the goal here is when you do this, you really want to make it kind of like a vinyl wrap, I guess you'll say. Don't have any creases, air bubbles. And now we're literally just gonna apply the fiberglass and resin right over top of this. All right, update. It's now 8 o'clock. This thing has been carrying for a couple hours, and it is rock solid. It's time for us to get this thing off. Alright, the flange is fully installed, bolted to the car. We have a bolt right here, and right here. At this point, it's already 9 o'clock, it's pitch black, and the temperatures have dropped too low for me to use the panel bond. So, we're gonna pick up next week.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Another day, another dollar. Another day of working on this thing. And you guys may be saying at home, geez, what the heck is taking this man so long to freaking put a wide body kit on? Come on, guy, like it can't be that hard. I know, I hear you guys. This process is super repetitive right now. At this point, it's taking me so long to freaking even put this thing together because of like all these minute little things of trying to problem solve and come up with an idea of how to mount this thing without having any hardware exposed. And I know people have done this in like a couple of days, and to be honest, I feel like I could have done this. The biggest hang up for me is that I just don't have time to work on this thing. I live an hour away from where my parents are, and every time you guys are watching this video is literally like maybe a couple hours of me working on this thing. Then I gotta leave and then drive an hour back every freaking time I want to work on this thing. And sometimes the weather doesn't permit, or I don't get as many things done because I run into some issue. I don't have something, there's not enough materials, etc, etc. You guys kind of get it. It is taking me an extremely long time just to put on a freaking body kit, but I can assure you, when it is done, it's not going to be like any other thrown together, pieced together wide body kit. This shit's gonna be stout, baby. Now that I got the side skirt on, I'm gonna take these self-tapping screws and I'm gonna put them along the side into the actual flange itself. Now the reason I'm gonna do that is because when I put the panel bond in between, I can use these screws to mush it all together and make sure that it clamps together. After it's done curing, we can back these screws out, fill the little holes, call it a day. So now we have our screws in here. We're ready to rock. Time to panel bond. The way that this works best is if you prime both pieces, meaning you put a primer layer on the host panel and on the receiving panel, and then you put a bead in between that and squeeze them together so that they have the best chance or the best opportunity to bond together. Side skirt is done. All we have to do is wait for the panel bond to cure, and things gonna hang under its own weight without any visible bolts. For a long time, I've been telling you guys about the cracks in the bumpers, and so I filmed a whole entire video about how to repair fiberglass cracks in a bumper. Whether you buy a wide body kit, a new bumper, new rear bumper, diffuser, side skirts, something aftermarket for your car, it's probably gonna be fiberglass. More often than not, it's gonna be fiberglass. The problem with fiberglass, no matter how expensive it is, shipping will always get you. There's either gonna be some sort of crack or nick or chip, repair. I don't care who you are. Okay, maybe you get lucky and you don't, but if you dealt with fiberglass, more often than not, it will come with some imperfection. I have a pretty extreme case because I had an imperfection that was cracked with the bumper, small crack, that then grew super fucking big, and this whole entire bumper is now cracked. Let me show you this little chip right here. Now because of this crack, when the bumper was installed onto the car, called stress cracks, that then grew all across the bumper, all the way back to here. If you do have any cracks in your fiberglass, the goal is to get them while they're small, because they're like cancer, and as that part continues to vibrate, be on the road, whatever, it will only grow. Get it while it's small, while it's easy, and then you don't have to cut an entire bumper. Things we're gonna need for the day: a cutoff wheel, some resin and fiberglass, cardboard and packing tape, big key Bondo infused fiberglass, things to mix your resin, and of course a sander with some sandpaper. First thing that you want to do is identify your problem and the starting point. After you've identified, you need to assess the damage and how far it's gone. We've cut out all the pieces, and now it's time for a huge amount of repair. I prepped all the surfaces that we're going to be adding new fiberglass onto. I know what you're looking at may look pretty odd. I have all this cardboard bolted to this bumper. What I've done is I covered this cardboard in the packing tape you can use as a release agent for the fiberglass. I use all this cardboard to get the general shape of the bumper. Obviously those holes are pretty big. If we were to fill it with just fiberglass, the shape would be extremely hard to retain. At this point, this is what it's looking like. We have so much sanding and body filling. The structural integrity of this bumper has been repaired. This thing is not gonna crack again. I used 5 layers of fiberglass all the way around, so this thing is just absurdly thick and strong. Now it's just making it look good. Now bring you guys up to speed. Now that was a ton of work, and this is what the bumper is looking like now. Ugly, yes, but there are no more cracks whatsoever, and this thing is 100% fixed and solid structurally. We've also done a ton of body work on the side skirts. So with the panel bonding, we took the flange and the side skirts and married them together. They didn't look that great, but now this edge looks like it should have been this way from Karma. And we have our nice flange right here to bolt this into, and we have a nice body line all the way across. Same goes for this side. Filled everything, and now it looks good. Keep in mind, this is all the rough body work to just get the shape and to make sure that it actually feels flat, seamless, and the body lines are straight. And of course, another project that I've been working on is fixing more cracks from shipping. So something that was cracked pretty badly was a side skirt. We had a big crack from here to here with something I didn't film, but as you can see, we have some fiberglass reinforced on the top, and now we just gotta sand this down, make sure that it's smooth, and now it's great again. Now something I'm really sad to say, if we look inside, my beloved 997 GT2 carbon fiber Porsche seat is gone. I took it out and sold it. I no longer have a seat, which I've remedied, and I will tell you guys next video. Apologize for Mushu crying in the background. He's just not happy. He's not having it sitting here on the leash. So with all this work done, you may be asking yourself, Tyler, what is left to do? It seemed like you were done a long time ago. That's right, that's what it seems like. But this takes a ton of work. So check off a list. What is left to do on the car? We still have to do all the fine-tuned body filler to fill all the little pinholes that we have in these things. Then we can get everything into primer. The next thing that we gotta do is make sure all the aero pieces, the side skirt, the front splitter, rear diffuser, and the wing deck lid are sanded, perfect and ready to go for the carbon fiber work, because all those things will be done in carbon fiber, so they need to be spot on when they go there. And we need to make sure that everything else fits perfectly before we set them off to go get carbon fiber, because if we send them off to go get carbon fiber and then we realize that we have more work left to do, not gonna be a good time, because then it's not gonna fit right. We have to install seats in this thing, and they're going to be matching this time, I promise you that. After the kit gets fully mounted and everything is back on, we need to create the under trays to the car. As you guys can see right here in the front bumper and through the front splitter, you could see straight to the ground. This bumper is mounted pretty rigidly, I guess you could say, but I'm trying to build this thing to the best of my ability and make it as OEM like as if this were built from a factory as I can. And I'm not saying that in the sense of the wide body craziness, but the quality of build. So I'm going to take some aluminum after everything's all said and done and mounted, create the bottom skid plates just as if it were from the factory so you wouldn't be able to see the ground, and create more mounting points on the bottom of the bumper to make sure that it's sturdy all the way across and that the air travels the same way that it was designed to from Porsche. And we're going to do that the front and the back because the rear needs to do the same thing. We need to build a custom exhaust after we get that done because then we'll know how much space we have in the back. Then that brings us to the wheel wells. We still need to weld the rear quarter panels. That needs to happen so that we can put the structural integrity back into the rear quarter panels. I don't doubt that they would be strong right now, but like I said, I want to make this as OEM-like as I can in the terms of build quality, because the intention here is to compete in the Young Guns competition at SEMA, which I may have some crazy news for you guys. And then after that is all done, I'm gonna build custom inner fender liners so that, again, the OEM quality, everything is tucked, hidden, clean, and seamless is the biggest thing. Just like our outer flares are seamless and you can't see any bolts, I don't want you to pull off this wheel well and see any of the bolts, any of the airlines, nothing. I want it to be seamless, OEM like factory. And that's gonna take a ton of work. And then speaking of the airlines for the airlift, oh, my shoulder is on fire. Really out of shape here. We need to build a whole trunk setup because it's still like how I did it initially, which is kind of trashy. And it looks like a rat's nest. So that all needs to get fixed. Tons and tons and tons of work. After that's all done, we can finally get this thing wrapped. And we're working with TinyBot Vinyl and Wrap Legacy. I'm dropping that bomb right now. I'm not telling you guys what color it is, but we got something really special up our sleeves, and I'm super excited to announce that partnership and show you guys what we got cooking, because it's gonna be sick. The wrap will then determine what color I'm gonna powder coat the cage. Everything, it's gotta work interconnectedly. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of work that needs to happen, and there's a lot of nitty-gritty, fine-tuned things that need to happen, like sanding. And that shit takes forever, and it's really repetitive. So that's the update for where I've been. Hopefully you guys are still interested in this build. I'm super excited to be back. Thank you guys for sticking with me. And please go support our new podcast, the Late Night Motor Club. I'm so stoked on this thing. Again, to be pushing out another avenue in content, a new format that I've never done before. And I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm stoked about it. Hope that you guys are too. If you guys haven't already, follow me on Instagram, TikTok. Everything again will be links in the description. If you guys are curious at all about this build and you guys have missed some videos, click in this right hand corner. I'll bring you to a playlist all about it. And that's it for this update video. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. If you made it this far in the video, you guys are the real ones. DM me and I will give you a sticker pack or care package or something. Shout out to you guys who make it all the way to the end. With that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I gotta get to work sanding on here and jamming these 10 videos into one video for you guys to be updated with. Yeah, so thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Okay, Mushu, tell them bye. Go tell them bye. Okay, bye bye. Peace.